Today I'm on the golf course and I'm answering a question from one of you. Do yardages make a difference when you're playing golf? That's next on All Around Athlete. Hey, if we're just meeting, my name's Hunter, and at All Around Athlete, we give you tips and tools to make you better at sports. And today's question actually comes from our community. Do yardages matter when we're playing golf? Now, instead of having me answer that, I thought I'd get Daniel Bryan, famous WWE wrestler, and a bunch of crazy fans to answer it for you. Do yardages matter, guys? The answer is yes. Having a yardage is one of the single most important pieces of information when we're playing golf. We need to know what our yardage is and then what type of club to use to hit that yardage.
Nice.
Now, if you're new to the game, you're probably wondering, how do we get yardages? Well, the easiest and probably best way is with a rangefinder, something just like this. You point at the target, click the button, and boom, 181. It's as simple as that. There's a link in the description below to the one that I use if you want to pick one up today. The other way of measuring yardages on a golf course is by using course markings and stepping it off. Golf courses usually mark off 3 common distances of 100, 150, and 200 yards. The colors associated with those numbers are usually red, white, and blue. So if you see a red marker, chances are it's 100 yards away from the hole. Another common sight on a golf course is to use a tree to signify 150 yards. Now, what happens if you aren't exactly in line with the marker? Well, you can either step it off or you can estimate. When stepping off, make sure your stride is slightly longer than normal, but not too long. You need to practice a little while to get the stride correct, but once it is, you'll be able to step it off and get your yardages no problem. Once we have our yardages, the next step is to figure out what club we want to use. The only way that we're going to be able to gauge our decision making is if we know how far we hit every club in our bag. Now, how do you do that? Well, one of the easiest and best ways is to go to a simulator, whether it be at a golf store or maybe at your local course. Maybe they have access to a TrackMan or a simulator of some sort. This is the most accurate way to figure out how far you hit every club in your bag. Now, this is really important information when we're choosing what shot that we want to play, because each club has a different yardage and a different height that we play our golf shots from. So once we have that information, then we can start to make better decisions on the golf course and, of course, shoot lower scores. Now, if you don't have access to a simulator, that's okay. Next time you're at the driving range, try to hit the 100-yard marker. Just about every driving range has one, and it's a really great way of gauging your distance right off the bat because you're able to see where that ball ends up. Try to hit a few different clubs and see what club is best for hitting 100 yards. For me, it's a sand wedge, something similar to this. Can't see it now, but that thing's right on the pin. Get your 100-yard marker down and then slowly gauge your distance up from there and go through your entire bag. You'll be glad you did. Now, here are some helpful tips for gauging distance. Once you have an idea of how far you hit each club, this is the next level. If you've got wind, you gotta gauge distance based off of wind. If you've got wind in your face, obviously you gotta account for a little bit more distance. If you've got wind helping you or wind from behind you, you wanna take distance off of your initial measurement because wind will help push it further. If you have a bad lie, if you're in heavy rough, or if you're in a fairway bunker, you may need to take more club to be able to get it to your mark. Another hack for hitting it further is actually to swing easier. If you swing easier and make sure your contact is great, the ball will go further. A well-hit golf ball will go much further than a non-well-hit golf ball, even though you're swinging harder for that non-well-hit ball. Does that make sense? Is non-well-hit even a word? I don't know, but trust me, swing easy and you will hit the ball further. Let the club do the work. Having an understanding of where our yardages are at and how far we hit our clubs will always make us a better golfer. It will help us manage our game and keep us cool, calm, and collected while we're out there on the course. Now, if you found value out of this video, hit that like button below, and if you have a question for how to play sports better, drop us a comment. I'll be happy to answer it. Hey, what do you know? We got a birdie putt right there. I'm gonna tap that in and I'll see you guys next time on All Around Athlete.